What do you do when you need a bike that you can commute with, bash around in the dirt, float on snow and glide over sand? A fat e-bike from Norco, of course, and that's coming up. Since we started selling e-bikes in 2005, e-bikes have evolved into very sophisticated machines. Norco's Bigfoot VLT 1 e-bike is an example of this and is a new type of e-bike for us, packing a stack of technology and usability into a pretty mean looking package. Let's take a look. Fatbikes aren't new, but they aren't commonplace either. They have some advantages and disadvantages, which I'll go through later. But let's first understand what a fat bike is. The fat part of fat bike refers to the wheels and tyres of the bike. Most mountain bikes these days use tyres that are somewhere between 2.25 and 2.28 inches wide in the cross section. Plus size tyres are typically 3 inches in cross section, and fat tyres are 4 inches plus in cross section. The tyres on the Norco Bigfoot VLT 1 are 4.8 inches in cross section. These are pretty big tyres. Fat bikes have a few advantages over other mountain bikes that include they're able to absorb bumps really nicely. You can lower the pressure in the tyres, and the tyres themselves are part of the suspension. There's a tremendous gyroscopic effect from the large rotating mass, it's the wheels and tyres together, which helps keep the bike upright and stable even at really low speeds. And the most likely reason that you would use a fat bike is that they're able to float over soft surfaces like snow, sand and mud. And let's face it, fat bikes look fantastic. I've had plenty of clients that have bought fat bikes just on looks alone. The disadvantage with fat tyres, however, are that the wheel and tyre combination are quite heavy and add a lot of weight to the bike. They're also really noisy. Just listen to this. Fat bikes are slower than normal bikes because of the rolling resistance from the big tyres. They're quite sticky and it takes a lot to move them. So let's look at the Norco Bigfoot VLT 1 in particular. The VLT 1 is a fat e-mountain bike. It has 100mm of suspension on the front. The components are high-end and the bike has been designed with the latest e-bike technology, including the Shimano STEPS E8000 motor, and has a modern geometry and handling characteristic. Since Norco is Canadian, everything on this bike has been made cold weather compatible, starting with the Manitou Mastodon Pro suspension fork and the battery, which has been cold weather proven. With the big motor and battery combination, Norco has been able to eliminate some of the problems faced with fat bikes. This bike feels light and nimble. Steering is a bit slow, of course, because of the tyres, but the bike moves along really nicely, and the high torque motor and the big battery go a long way to making this a really nice ride. The battery has a 630 watt-hour capacity, the biggest capacity of any battery we've ever sold with an e-bike. So let's go to the quarry for a more detailed explanation and description of the Bigfoot VLT 1. We're test riding Norco's Bigfoot VLT e-mountain bike with fats on it. It's running Shimano 70 Newton meter motor. It's got the biggest battery I've sold yet, which is a 600 watt hour battery, which is integrated into the frame there, so it's sealed. It's a sealed unit, and Shimano's 70 Newton meter motor, which is really quite tight, small. It's running SRAM 12 speed on the back, It's got these big Maxxis Fats, which are 4.8 wide, running on low pressure. The front and rear tyres are different. Rear tyres, the knobs are made for traction. They're latitudinal knobs, and on the front they're designed for steering, so they're longitudinal. We've got a 100mm front shock. Up the front, I'll just turn it on. So we've got the Shimano STEPS popping up there, and you can connect this via Bluetooth to your phone. We've got basic information using this little teeny weeny button just down where my thumb is there. You can cycle through a whole lot of info: distance, odometer, your range. So if I turn range back on, you can see how much range I've got on the different modes. So boost, trail mode, which is especially made for riding these trails. It gives you lots of boost, lots of torque as soon as you hit the pedals, and then it backs off the torque when you're just coasting along. Eco, so eco and boost are really for just riding along flat roads, not along trails. And then if you want to go all pure, you can turn it off. There's not much drag on the motor, so it's actually not too bad to ride with it turned off. And we can switch that back to, you've got time ridden, your average speed, maximum speed. You have cadence on there as well, clock, and your speed. On this side we've got shifters, both thumb operated for up and down. Fingertip brake controller. On the other side we've got the dropper seat post control, brakes, and then this is how we adjust the power settings. That goes down, so that's off at the moment. That's switched to echo, that's given us trail, and that's boost. And if you hit it again, you'll hear it beeps at you, so you can tell, it tells you that you can't go any further. So you can go off, and that's that. So the Norco VLT1 is a great all-rounder. It looks good, it plays hard, it goes just about anywhere you want, and it's built tough. So check out our website for more information on this and other e-bikes. That's about it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to be updated on more e-bikes and wonderful design related stuff from Forma Design. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. I'm Andrew from Forma Design. Thanks for watching.